Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about Stranger Things Season 4. Stranger Things has to be one of my most favorite shows on Netflix, easily. And not that I don't like anything else on Netflix, but it is my favorite. And look, if it wasn't for Stranger Things, there would have been times I would have canceled Netflix, and maybe pop back in once in a while when there's something interesting on. But for the most part, I'm glad I kept it, and I'm glad Stranger Things is still one of their top priorities. We know that there's a season 5 coming, but let's talk about season 4 right now because this season was fantastic. It's probably my favorite season so far. Not with only how creepy it was, but how great this cast of characters have come to grow. I just went back to watch the first episode last night, right after I finished watching the finale of season 4, and it's crazy how different these kids look now. It's crazy, mind-boggling to me, and not only as appearances go, but as actors as well. Like, these actors have grown into really great kid actors who are now, in their teenage phase. I think some of them are probably getting close to their 20s by now, and the ones that were in their 20s are like probably reaching their 30s. So yeah, this cast, man, I'm loving them and getting to see this journey that they're all on. Let's not exclude David Harbour and Winona Ryder from this cast too. They are also fantastic. Plus the character whose name I'm forgetting that was with those two as well. He was introduced, I think, in season 2, the one with the glasses. He was with them in Russia. I love that character. I loved him when he was introduced, and I love him even more this season when he started speaking Russian and deceived some Russians. That was really cool. I loved everything going on in this season, and man, I was surprised at a lot of moments. Max is a character who I really liked since season 2. But what she was doing in this season, I thought was fantastic. And when they made it look like they were going to kill her, or is she dead? We don't even know. This is a spoiler review, by the way. So I don't even know. Is she dead? Is she not? I have no clue still because it looks like she was alive because she's in the hospital bed, but apparently, uh, when Elle went inside her mind, she couldn't find Max. So what the hell is going on? Uh, Everything leading up to the finale, Vecna is such a great villain. I love this character. I loved when they showed his origin before the break, before the month break towards the last 2 episodes. I thought that origin in the last episode a month ago was fantastic, and how it tied into the overall storyline that's been going on since season 1. It's the whole reason why I want to go back now and rewatch season 1, 2, and 3 again. I thought this Vecna is a fantastic villain. The characters are all great. I was surprised how this series they split all the characters up again. All the characters are always split up, but usually towards the end they get together before the big finale, and they plan things out on how they're going to defeat the big monster. And this episode, they all do it from separate areas, and they do not reunite until like the last maybe 10, 15, maybe the last 15, 20 minutes of the episode. That's when they finally reunite after Vecna is defeated, which surprised me because I wasn't expecting that kind of an ending where they're all separated doing different things, but the different things are allowing them to all help each other at the same time. I thought that was fantastic, the way it all came together at the end. And then finally, when the reunions do happen, you shed a little tear here and there because it's a very happy moment, especially when Hopper and Elle embrace each other because, man, you haven't seen each other since the finale of last season. So the fact that they finally get to reunite, it was a really great moment. And maybe one of the things that I'm still on edge about, I'm not sure if I like it or not, is the way they're going with Nancy and Steve and Jonathan. Nancy and Jonathan, have pretty much been a couple since maybe the end of season two, beginning of season three. They've been kind of together. They've had Steve was a jackass in season one, and they make a point to point that out in this season. But Steve has turned into a really nice, likable character where now it feels like the writers are like, well, maybe we should get Steve and Nancy back together, and I'm like, no, don't do that to Jonathan. And I get it, Jonathan maybe was a little bit of a jerk this season by not calling Nancy or going to see her or anything like that, but I don't know. Jonathan is still a nice guy. Whatever his problems are right now, I don't want to get into a love triangle thing. And I feel like the writers are like, what should we do with the teens in this show? We should give them a love triangle, right? It's like enough with the love triangles bullshit. I have to put up with it in Cobra Kai with those teenagers. It's like, let's not do it for these guys. Can't Steve just be the cool guy and be friends with Nancy? Like, that's why I was hoping for that other girl. I forgot what her name is right now, but I love her character. The one who is a lesbian. But in the last season, we didn't know that she was, and then it was revealed towards the end when Steve was kind of trying to get her to go out on a date or something. And then she comes out to him, and it's like, oh man, that sucks, because I thought their chemistry was so good together. And once again in this season too. So I was kind of annoyed with that they were pushing for the Steve and Nancy relationship. And we know season 5 is going to be the last season. So who is Nancy now going to end up with? Steve or Jonathan? And I really don't like asking that question, and I don't know if I care for a storyline like that. Like now she's going to have to choose between the two. Unless one of them are going to die next season. And which one? I would say maybe Steve because of how much he's grown, but I could see Jonathan dying too next season if they decide to take them into that route. We'll have to wait and see. So, look, I thought this season was fantastic. Uh, Eddie was a good new character. I didn't like the bullies that were specifically going after them. I that those bullies I thought were annoying and in the way because you kind of know, okay, this guy he's gonna eventually die. He's gonna see the truth at the end, and then he's gonna die. And which is kind of what happened. He didn't really get that much time to see the truth, but he died just as I thought. But Eddie, I didn't when he died. I was a little sad, and I was feeling more what Dustin was going through. I was feeling bad for Dustin when he was like confronting Eddie's uncle. But when Eddie died, I didn't feel that emotional uh, moment that I think I should have had. I felt that emotional moment more with Max when she died. So I thought Eddie was fine. I didn't like the pothead guy that was hanging out with the pothead character that was with Jonathan a lot. Jonathan's new pothead friend. That character I didn't care too much for because I feel like his comedy sometimes it was good, sometimes it fell flat for me. But for the most part, this season was amazing, and I can't wait to see season 5 because the way they end this season, and man, it's like they're getting ready for the big battle that's coming for next season. I really hope these long episode formats really continue next season because I love that the finale was 2 hours and a half. I was like, this is like the length of Avengers Infinity War. I love it. I think it's fantastic. And each episode was like an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. I loved it. I loved it. I could have taken each episode, could have been 2 hours and a half, and I would have watched it all. So I thought they used the time really well. And yes, I agree with a lot of people. I kind of wish Disney Plus would look at what Netflix did with Stranger Things and is like, you know what, if we're going to do 6 episodes, let's make them an hour and a half also. Because, like, let's make them actual mini movies. So instead of making the whole season a mini movie or a long movie. But the episodes, I love that they were longer and they took more time telling those stories and giving us a lot more character development, because a lot of the character stuff was so much fun. It was either so much fun or really dramatic to watch, which I was really engaged in. Yeah, it was a great show. I loved it. And yeah, so that's about it, guys. Tell me your thoughts on Stranger Things Season 4. Did you watch it? It's one of the most popular shows on Netflix. If you're not watching it, what are you doing with your life? Go and watch it now, starting from Season 1 all the way to Season 4, and then come back and tell me what you think. Unless you have seen those seasons, and you have seen Season 4, then comment below, give me all your spoilery knowledge on what you really loved about this season and what you didn't love. So let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, everybody, I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.